Hi, I'm Paisley. Today I'm going to tell you my story, but before I continue, please share and subscribe to hear more stories like this. Are you seriously still going through with this? My best friend Aria asked, leaning against my kitchen counter. She watched me struggle with the clasp on my necklace. You've asked me that like 50 times already, I said, finally securing the pendant. And yes, I am. I just think you're playing with fire, she replied, passing me my coffee mug. Logan is unpredictable. You know that better than anyone. That's exactly why this needs to happen. 4 years of emotional manipulation is enough, I said, checking my phone for the time. Besides, Travis is on board and he's bringing the ring tonight. Arya's eyes widened. The ring? Paisley, that's going too far. Is it? Was it too far when Logan disappeared for 3 days without telling me, then claimed his phone died? Or when I found those messages to his ex? Or maybe when he told my boss I was thinking of quitting so I wouldn't get that promotion. I get it, I do, Arya sighed. But there are easier ways to leave someone. I've tried leaving him 3 times. Each time he shows up with the waterworks, the promises, the whole production. Then 2 months later, we're back in the same pattern. This time he needs to see exactly what it feels like. And Travis is really cool with pretending to be your secret fiancé? I nodded. He's been dealing with his own toxic ex. We're just friends, but Logan doesn't need to know that. What about your brother? Does Marcus know about this plan? No, I admitted. He'd probably try to talk me out of it too. Or worse, he'd confront Logan directly, and that would ruin everything. So what happens when Logan throws you out? Where will you go? I sipped my coffee. I've been secretly moving my important stuff to my parents' place for weeks. They're out of town for another month, so I'll stay there until I find my own apartment. And you're sure Logan won't get violent? Arya asked, concern etched across her face. He's never been physically aggressive. His damage is all psychological. That's why this has to happen at the dinner party tonight, with witnesses. Including his boss, which is next-level savage, Arya said, almost admiringly. Logan's been angling for a promotion by pretending he's this stable family man ready for more responsibility. Meanwhile, he's been gaslighting me about my emotional instability for years. His boss should see who he really is. Well, I'll be there for moral support, Arya promised. And to help you move your stuff if needed. Thanks. I should get going. I have to meet Travis to go over the plan one more time. Just promise me you'll be careful. I gathered my purse and keys. After tonight, I won't have to be careful anymore. At the cafe downtown, Travis was already waiting at an outdoor table, sunglasses perched on his head. There she is, he said, standing to greet me with a hug. The future non-Mrs. Logan Davidson. That has a nice ring to it, I laughed, sitting down. Speaking of rings. Travis reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. One convincing engagement ring, as promised. My cousin works in jewelry. It's a loaner, but it looks real. I opened the box to find a stunning princess-cut diamond. Wow, this is beautiful. Only the best for my fake fiancé, Travis grinned. So talk me through how this is going to work. Logan's hosting this dinner party tonight for his work colleagues. He's been planning it for weeks. It's super important to him. You'll show up about an hour in, claiming you urgently need to see me. And then I propose right there in front of everyone? I shook my head. No, we're already engaged in this scenario. You'll say something about finalizing our weekend plans, hand me the ring because I forgot it at your place, and act surprised when Logan is there. Got it. And you're sure this will work? Logan has a massive ego and an even bigger temper when it comes to his image. He'll explode, especially in front of his boss. Travis nodded slowly. And you're recording this meltdown? No recordings or cameras, too obvious. But there will be 6 witnesses, including his boss and colleagues. What about after? Do you have somewhere safe to go? My parents' house. I've already moved most of my stuff. Smart, Travis said. I still can't believe he told your boss you were planning to quit just so you wouldn't get promoted. Classic Logan. He couldn't stand the idea of me earning more than him. I took a deep breath. Tonight ends all of that. You know, Travis said, leaning forward. My cousin Vanessa went through something similar last year. Her boyfriend was always putting her down, making her feel worthless. What happened? I asked. She finally got tired of it and just walked away. No dramatic exit, she just disappeared from his life. He still calls her sometimes, but she's completely moved on. I wish that could work for me, I sighed. But Logan's persistent. And honestly, I want him to feel some of the humiliation he's put me through. Travis smiled sympathetically. Just be safe, okay? I'll be there the whole time. Back at the apartment, Logan was frantically cleaning when I arrived. Where have you been? He demanded. The caterers will be here in 20 minutes and nothing is ready. I was finalizing some work details, I replied calmly. What do you need me to do? Just make sure the place looks presentable. And wear something nice, please. Mr. Wilson will be here, and this dinner could determine my entire future with the company. I know how important this is to you, I said, suppressing a smile. As I arranged flowers in the dining room, my phone buzzed with a text from Marcus, my brother. Marcus, Arya told me what you're planning. Call me ASAP. I silently cursed. Of course Arya would tell him. Paisley, can't talk now. Everything's fine. Marcus, this is a bad idea. Logan could snap. Paisley, trust me, I know what I'm doing. I put my phone away just as the doorbell rang. The caterers had arrived, and soon after, the guests started coming. Logan was in full charm mode, introducing me to his colleagues and boss as the love of my life and the woman who keeps me grounded. I smiled and played along, knowing it wouldn't last much longer. Mr. Wilson, Logan's boss, was particularly interested in our relationship. Logan tells me you two are discussing marriage soon, he said over appetizers. I almost choked on my wine. Oh, does he? Logan laughed nervously. Well, we're taking things slow, but it's definitely in our future. That's wonderful, Mr. Wilson's wife Charlotte chimed in. How long have you been together? 4 years, Logan answered quickly. 4 years, 3 months, and about 16 attempts to leave, I added with a sweet smile. Logan's face tightened, but he maintained his composure. Paisley has quite the sense of humor, he said, squeezing my hand a little too firmly. Dinner progressed smoothly, with Logan dominating the conversation, sharing stories about his work accomplishments, many of which were exaggerated. I nodded along, checking my watch occasionally. At 8:45, right on schedule, the doorbell rang. I'll get it, I offered, jumping up before Logan could respond. Travis stood at the door, looking dapper in a blazer and jeans. Hey, beautiful, he said loudly enough for everyone to hear. Sorry to interrupt your evening, but you left something important at my place. I ushered him into the dining room. Logan's face twisted in confusion. Everyone, this is Travis, I announced. Travis, these are Logan's colleagues. Nice to meet you all, Travis said cheerfully. Paisley, I brought that thing you needed. He pulled out the ring box and opened it. The diamond caught the light spectacularly. You left your engagement ring at my place this morning, Travis continued. Thought you might want it back. The room fell completely silent. Logan's face drained of color. What the hell is this? He finally managed to say. I took the ring and slipped it onto my finger, admiring it. Oh, did I forget to mention? Travis and I are engaged. Logan stood up so quickly his chair fell backward. This isn't funny, Paisley. It's not meant to be funny, I replied. I've been trying to leave you for over a year, Logan. But each time, you manipulate your way back into my life. In front of my boss? You're doing this now? His voice rose dangerously. Mr. Wilson? I turned to his boss, who looked utterly stunned. Did Logan ever mention that he sabotaged my promotion at work? Or that he borrowed $3,000 from my savings without asking? Or that he's been in constant contact with his ex-girlfriend while telling me I was crazy for suspecting anything? Logan's face turned bright red. She's lying. She's always been emotionally unstable. There it is, I said calmly. The gaslighting begins. Get out, Logan shouted, pointing at Travis. And you, he turned to me. You're done. This little stunt just cost you everything. Travis stepped forward protectively. I think you should calm down, man. Don't tell me to calm down in my house, Logan was shouting now. He stormed to our bedroom and returned moments later, dragging my suitcase. He threw it toward the front door with such force that it burst open, clothes spilling everywhere. Logan! Charlotte gasped. That's enough! But Logan wasn't listening. He grabbed more of my belongings and began throwing them toward the door. Your things will be on the street in 5 minutes, he snarled. Get out! Mr. Wilson stood up. Logan, this behavior is completely unacceptable. Stay out of this, Logan snapped before catching himself. I'm sorry, sir, but this is a personal matter. A personal matter that's revealing quite a lot about your character, Mr. Wilson replied coldly. Logan seemed to suddenly remember where he was and who was watching. His demeanor shifted instantly. I apologize for the disruption, he said, attempting to sound calm. Paisley clearly planned this to humiliate me professionally. She's been increasingly erratic lately. Save it, Logan, I interrupted. Everyone here has seen exactly who you are now. I turned to the guests. I apologize for ruining your dinner. This wasn't about humiliating Logan. It was about finally breaking free from someone who's controlled and manipulated me for years. As I spoke, the doorbell rang again. This time it was Marcus and Aria. Perfect timing, I said. My moving crew is here. You planned this entire thing, Logan said, his voice quiet now, dangerous. You've been planning to leave. Yes, and now I'm actually doing it. And this time your tears and promises won't work. Marcus stepped between us. Let's get your things and go, Paisley. Logan turned to his guests. I think we should reschedule. I'm very sorry about this display. The guests were already gathering their things, clearly uncomfortable. Mr. Wilson approached Logan. We'll discuss this on Monday, he said tersely. In my office. As the guests filed out, Aria and Marcus helped gather my scattered belongings. Travis stood watch, making sure Logan kept his distance. You've ruined everything, Logan hissed at me. You're going to regret this. No, Logan. For the first time in years, I'm not going to regret anything. 3 months later, I was unpacking boxes in my new apartment when Aria stopped by with coffee. The place is really coming together, she said, looking around admiringly. It's small, but it's mine, I replied, accepting the coffee gratefully. No one to answer to, no eggshells to walk on. Have you heard anything about Logan? She asked, sitting on my new sofa. Marcus ran into his coworker Jamie last week. Apparently, Logan got passed over for that promotion. Mr. Wilson cited concerns about emotional regulation and honesty. Karma works in mysterious ways, Aria said with a smile. Not just that. Jamie said Logan's been spiraling, drinking too much, showing up late to work. His ex-girlfriend, the one he was messaging behind my back, apparently got back together with him briefly, then dumped him when she realized nothing had changed. Wow. So the master manipulator is losing his touch? I nodded. And without me there to blame for his problems, he's having to face the consequences of his own actions. My phone buzzed with a text. Logan, I miss you. I'm sorry for everything. Can we talk? I showed Aria the screen. 4 months of silence and now this, she said. Are you going to respond? I deleted the message without replying. No need. That chapter's closed. What about Travis? You two seemed to hit it off. We're just friends, I said, smiling. After what I've been through, I need time to focus on myself first. Well, your career is certainly taking off. Marketing director at 28. That's impressive. The promotion I should have gotten a year ago if Logan hadn't interfered, I said. But better late than never. The doorbell rang. It was Marcus, carrying a housewarming gift. Hey, sis, he said, hugging me. Brought you something. I unwrapped the package to find a framed photo of me, Aria, and Marcus from our recent weekend trip to the beach. The first vacation I'd taken in years without Logan's permission or complaints. To new beginnings, Marcus said. Speaking of which, Aria interjected, you'll never guess who I ran into at the coffee shop today. Remember Jamie from Logan's office? Apparently, Logan's been telling everyone you two are working things out. Classic Logan, living in his own reality. Let him tell whatever stories he wants, I replied. I know the truth, and so do the people who matter. Oh, and one more bit of news, Marcus added. Remember how Logan always bragged about his investment skills? Turns out he put most of his money into some startup that just went belly up. Jamie said he's looking for a roommate now, can't afford the apartment on his own. I couldn't help but laugh. The apartment he was so proud of that he wouldn't even let me decorate? The very one, Marcus confirmed. His control issues are probably driving any potential roommates away, Arya added. Jamie mentioned that Logan interviewed 3 different people, but none of them wanted to live with him after meeting him. I'm not surprised, I said. Remember how he'd monitor what I watched on TV? Or check the mileage on my car to see if I'd gone anywhere without telling him? Marcus shook his head. I still can't believe I didn't see how bad it had gotten. Logan was careful about keeping his true nature hidden from others, I explained. That's what made the dinner party reveal so effective. They all saw the side of him I'd been dealing with for years. As we settled in for dinner, I felt a lightness I hadn't experienced in years. Not because of Logan's downfall, but because I'd finally found my voice and my freedom. You know what's funny? I said as we clinked glasses. That fake engagement ring led to the most real relationship I've ever had. With myself. I'll drink to that, Arya said. Later that evening, after everyone had left, I stood on my small balcony, looking out at the city lights. My phone buzzed again. Logan. Please, Paisley. I've changed. I need you. I blocked his number without hesitation. Some people never change. But I had, and that made all the difference. So here's my question for you. What's one prank you've pulled or experienced that ended up revealing someone's true colors? Did it change your relationship forever?